What's up, y'all? This is Fair Isle by the Fireside. I think it's a cool concept, and I'm excited to give it to you. This is like Fair Isle Reloaded. About a year ago, I showed you my Fair Isle collection. I promised it would grow, and I think it has. So I'm gonna just run through these and show you a few of the things that I rock with my Fair Isle. It's that time of the year. It's October 21st, which means we are still moving toward the fall outfit competition. I'm extending the deadline, okay? You have until the end of the month. You got until October 29th or 30th, whatever, to submit your submission for the fall outfit competition. But let's get into these sweaters. Now, we said Fair Isle, but it's not 100% Fair Isle. You know, I got a few other things that I'm throwing in there, but it's all good. Just want y'all to rock with me. This, I believe, is this was the second Fair Isle I ever grabbed. So it's also a favorite because it's so smooth. Cashmere, alpaca blend. It's such a smooth, classic joint. I'm gonna show you the sort of shirt that I would wear these with and the sort of jacket. But let's get to my first one. All right. So if I give you a bit of an update, this is my only long sleeve, and the collection has grown, but it's still my only long sleeve. I thought I'd have more by now, but I just don't. It hasn't rolled that way. Most of these are vests. It's all good though. I rock this one a lot. It's actually kind of stretched out, but it's cool. I try not to be too uptight with some of the garments. As you have them and you use them, you get some regular wear and tear. On this one, the sleeves are kind of wide now, or the cuff is kind of wide because I'm always rocking it, you know, with another shirt. But it's all good. And the stretchy, the stretched out effect kind of lends itself to this sweater because it happens to be a V-neck, and y'all know I like to play a few of my buttons open anyway, and maybe you're the same. So that's the only long sleeve so far, and maybe we'll add to it. And this is the first one, the nice smooth alpaca joint. This here, this is October type of deal, but you could really rock these any season, I guess, depending on how you like to play it, how you like to slay it. I remember showing y'all this one, and I originally shared that I had apprehensions about snatching it up, but I went ahead and grabbed it anyway because it was polo sport, and it just had that nostalgic feel. You know, we always trying to capture that polo sport, polo sportsmen, but it seems we don't need to do that anymore because it's actually here. They actually producing it. This joint is a little loose. I guess I'll work it in. I just haven't even given real consideration to rocking that one. This one is probably the most worn out of all. I bought it that way. I was kind of disappointed, but it's all good. Sometimes you just got to get it how you can. It actually has a little hole in it. And I heard that some people are great at mending these sweaters. They can make them like new, you know what I mean? Stitch it up like perfect. And I guess at some point I'll do that. Let me interrupt this and show you a few shirts. With these Fair Isles in this season, I tend to go with this sort of color or this sort of color. It doesn't have to be perfectly coordinated, doesn't have to match perfectly, but just needs to be in that realm. So if you're dealing with like the purples, your plums, your burgundies, or your greens, it works. Now back to the sweaters. This is interesting. I actually have two of these. I don't know if I told you the story, but I'll go over it again. I cop a lot off of eBay, and sometimes the photos don't really do the shirt justice. This was one of those cases. I thought I was like coming up for real, pulled the trigger, and when the garment arrived, Turns out it was the same one I already had. But check it out. They're both still worth keeping because they fit differently. One of these has actually been shrunken, right? So, you know, one of them can go over top of a shirt easily. And I actually rock these two together, right? So one can go over a shirt. And if you a layer master, you can rock the smaller one under a shirt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of back and forth, right? You could actually throw this over top of the Fair Isle and just play it open, unbutton. All right, what else we got? This here is a favorite. The geometry on this sweater actually reminds me of the shirt I'm wearing right now. It's kind of Southwestern. If you peep the pattern on here, it's kind of Southwestern too. So this is what it reminds me of, which is kind of a cool mashup because when you thinking of Fair Isle, you're usually thinking kind of Christmas. You thinking you're not thinking Southwest. You might be thinking Europe, you know, London, you know, old time England, or Ireland, right? Scotland, stuff like that. But this has a definite Southwestern feel to me. So I was happy to snatch that up. This one here, really colorful, really geometric. I remember this one from an ad. I think the homie Chaddy Lauren has this one too, and he rocked it like one of the RL advertisements. This is a sweet one. This is crazy. I think if I had this in long sleeve, I'd probably pay a grip for it, but it'd be worth having. The fit on this could be a little better, but I love it. You know what I mean? It's that Fair Isle flavor. Let me show you what sort of footwear I play with these. I got some Bass Weegens, and these are burnt out, man. But I don't mind it because with the way I rock my stuff, that kind of worn in feel really lends itself to the broken, the beaten. You know, it gives it a real comfortable feel. I don't know, I'm with it. These are a little overboard. I do need to get these re-heeled, but it doesn't make sense for the price that you pay for a pair of Bass Weegens. So I'm on the fence. I mean, it doesn't make sense price-wise, but as far as fit, because you know, sometimes with these loafers, it's hell getting your feet into them and walking around when they're brand new. So I don't know, what would you do? Would you go ahead and spend, you know, what it costs to grab a new pair on heels? Or would you go ahead, grab the new pair and spend time breaking them in? And then obviously you could buy a loose pair too, but that's just not my twist. Let me show you this jacket. When we talking about this season, this is one of my favorites too. Again, it wouldn't match perfectly, but I could probably play this jacket over top of most of these Fair Isles. I wouldn't do it with the red one, but for the rest of them, you know, it's all in the family. It's all flavor and it goes well. So this is what I rock. So you catch me like with a jacket like this on. You know what I mean? Maybe the suede Sperry's. Maybe the burgundy joints. Who knows? Some Argyle socks. Just mixing it up, you know, looking like a darn university professor. What we got here? Now, I'm in the office most days, so I tend to go with the loafers, but at the same time, you could throw your denim on and rock these waxed Toms. I love these. I want to re-wax them just as a project, but you know, the Toms go hard, man. They even got a bit of leather on the sole. I love cool details like that. So yeah, so you might catch me rocking these Fair Isles with the suede loafers, the Toms, or the worn out Bass Weegens. Okay, that's how I'm doing it. I'm gonna show you my favorite accessory though. Since we got the fire going. Before I show you my favorite accessory, you know what I'm saying, let's pour a little sip, because I've been rocking with the American Layers mug lately. Shameless plug. Look, I rock clothes, but I'm also a creator, and I got some cool, one-of-a-kind items coming for you. Like, I'm designing these crazy tote bags, high quality, and I'm addressing some of the problems that I find when I wear my favorite totes. Like, you're gonna see. I ain't gonna tell you too much yet, but I'm bringing style and addressing problems. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the mark of like dope design. But let me show you my favorite accessory. See if you can guess what this is. You rascally rabbit. Yeah. Yo, I'm a sucker for the whole lifestyle. So, you know, sometimes I actually take my little tutu Ruger out and get busy. Now, I'll admit, I'm mostly at the range, right? I wish I was outside, you know what I'm saying, rocking my oilcloth, you know what I mean, busting that Foxes, but I'm not. I'm a range guy, but you know, it's still that RL feel. It's still that old-fashioned feel. When I snatched this up, I had to go with the wood. It's just simple and classic. It's one of my favorite, you know, lifestyle pieces. I just wish I had more time to get out there. Now this here is one of my last patterns. Now, I'm gonna open this thing up. If any of y'all who know about shooting, you know the goal is to keep a tight pattern. So I want y'all to judge my pattern. See if these holes are tight. I don't know. Right? I'm faking, right? I shouldn't even show you this because I actually reused this so you wouldn't be able to tell how patterned my tight really is or isn't. It'd be like honor system, but I'm telling you, I'm no marksman, but I keep an okay pattern for a novice. But this is like after, you know, using the same target over and over, you start to overlap. But you know what I mean, in the future, let's sip to you know, tighter patterns, you know what I'm saying? Let's pull him out again. Yes, sir. The 22 Ruger. Let me know if y'all get busy, man. I love this thing. Let me know. It's the lifestyle, ain't it? You know what I'm saying? Fire burning. You know what I mean? Sipping hot cocoa out of mugs. Only this time it's the half and half, the lemonade and the tea. But like once it gets like a little colder, it's gonna be hot chocolate. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be buffalo plaid, rifles, and you know what I mean, southwestern patterns, beacon print, loafers with Argyle socks. Really living the lifestyle. I got a few more sweaters to show you. This is a little more Christmas, but this is very classic. This is appropriate for the season. You know, we're about at the end of October. I like this classic plaid. I rock this here with some blue jeans and what, the suede loafers. That go hard right there. That's a perfect combination. And you could throw whatever jacket you want. You could throw a solid over top of it. You could throw a tartan jacket. You know what I mean? It's all on you. What else do I have? This here, not Fair Isle, but definitely appropriate for the season. So it's a cardigan. One of my only cardigans, really. I think the other cardigans I had weren't RL, and I kind of phased them out because I'm OD Ralph Lauren right now. But this lamb's wool cardigan. And why can't I remember the name of this print right now? It'll come to me. But so that pattern is not on the back. It's just on the front. And what's so dope about this? Herringbone. This is herringbone, right? But what's so dope about this herringbone, right? So you got the brown, but this little hint of blue. There's like a blue stripe. It's pretty subtle, but it just reminds me of denim. You know what I mean? Because like if you look at like a thread and how your denim is woven, sometimes you'll see a thread and it kind of blinks in and out. You know, it's like light, then it's saturated, then it's light. It just blinks in and out. And the way this blue thread is kind of woven through the herringbone just reminds me of denim. One of the cool little details I geek out over. I'm that kind of guy. And maybe you're the same type. You know what I'm saying? We love these details. And it don't really matter what brand you rock. I think if you're into the details, then the experience is just magnified. You know, whatever you into in your lifestyle. This here, it reminds me kind of Easter. I haven't rocked this yet. It's a little wide, but I like it. I like the feel. What is this? It says it's hand knit, 65 cotton, 30 linen, 65, 35. What is this? 65, 39, 35, right? See, I'd be a 5. The other one's a 5. But it's a cool fair owl. Definitely something to tuck. You know what I mean? Something to keep. Remember the fall outfit competition. Send your submission to davey380@gmail.com. Send the video and we gonna judge right in the comments, right? I don't want to be the judge. I want the people to judge it by voting in the comments. So the deadline is October 29, 30, whatever the last day of October is. We're going to keep sharing these fair owls and whatever else we come up with. Let me know if you try to cop an American Layers mug too.